To start with, the guy threw a ball that bounced several times but helped him achieve the target. The person riding a bike couldn't believe his eyes when he saw a cheetah following him to attack, but fortunately failed and went into the forest. A peaceful bicycle rider was shocked when a cheetah attacked him from behind and then disappeared into the forest. The guy was left scratching his back. A woman was making a video of the train arriving at the station, unaware of the other train that almost hit her. The athlete did a great job carrying weight, but luckily he threw it away that was about to fall on him. This young boy had considerable skills to bounce the ball while running from different directions successfully. In 2018, Dartmasters famous player Van Gruen during the game raises his elbow upwards, keeps his eye on the red circle, hitting all 3 darts in the right place, portraying the perfect timings. A clip was recorded when a guy practicing skating could not rotate his skateboard and had to land on the side of the board. The guy quickly straightened the skateboard and jumped on it. A burning car was seen in the middle of the road. Luckily, the fire brigade was there and quickly came out to control the situation. A man standing under the tree quickly jumped out of his place, guessing that something dangerous was about to happen. The truck driver was way too lucky as he was just seconds away from a heavy rock smashing his vehicle. The snow hiker couldn't believe his eyes when he encountered the earth moving out of his feet while he still managed to cross it. A snake charmer lightened his hold on the snake when he saw it entering its cage, but the deadly devil planned to attack him from behind. The guy turned at the right time and stopped the snake from attacking. The racing car driver encounters the photographer standing on the side of the road and brings his vehicle to rest in less than 5 seconds, just in time to save him. A shopkeeper holding a bag was walking towards the car to deliver the pack when suddenly a truck tire was seen coming at a deadly speed between the vehicle and the girl. Luckily, both were safe. A helicopter captain was a few seconds from landing when he saw a small plane ready to fly and saved it from a massive accident by flying in the air again. This gymnast forgot his move and fell on the horizontal bar, hurting himself a bit. A hunter suddenly sees a bird flying towards him, spreads his hand, and gets a hold of the bird. This kid was too silly but lucky that he managed to make it to the opposite roof. The hockey puck was almost on the verge of knocking the host, but luckily the camera came in between. While running on the set of steps, the rope suddenly unfastened, but the guy had already reached the ending point. Things could have turned sour, but the ball touched the keeper's gloves and fell in the umpire's pocket. This singer was too clever to realize that a bottle was thrown towards his face. He managed to catch the bottle at the right time and continued singing. People were watching the building collapse, but didn't realize that a piece of the building bounced toward them. Luckily, no one was injured. The girl standing on the cliff suddenly slipped, but her friend held her arm and pulled her back at the perfect time. This brave reporter kept reporting while the helicopter was just a few inches away from her, almost hitting her head. During a heavy thunderstorm, this guy came out under the sky and acted like Thor, when he noticed that there would be a lightning strike. The men on the boat welcomed an Aqua guest that just jumped in while they were enjoying the ride. Barbecue tonight? The guy was walking on the road but didn't realize that the bus driver was in a hurry to even push away the vehicles on his way. The phone addiction almost caused this woman to get hit by the driver, but it seemed he was way too skilled. This driver was way too fluky that he survived hitting his head on the plank. This is what we call perfect timings. A tin was thrown on the other side of the bridge and came down at the right time. The racing car rider was too competent to catch sight of the truck coming out of the field. The truck driver also managed to halt the car and turned back. This woman was about to jump into the water when she saw a deadly shark coming up from an attack. She ran up at the right time and saved herself. The referee couldn't believe his eyes when he threw a coin for a toss, but the coin didn't fall. Instead, it stood like a standing wheel. Some riders were so amazed to see the bike racers on the road that they were almost about to knock into each other. Luckily, they realized the danger in just a few seconds and changed their ways. The baby octopus was rapidly moving on this guy's hand when he suddenly got an idea and put it on the rambutan fruit to stop it from moving. The pitcher throws the ball to the baseball player, which hits the camera guy recording on the back, damaging it incredibly. During heavy rain, the branch broke and fell in front of the car. The driver stopped the vehicle at the right time and avoided damage. The mother was standing on the road with her children, waiting for the school bus when another rash driver passed between them. The mother quickly pulled her children back to save them from an accident. The man realizes a bear is walking towards him, threatening his life. Instead of running away, he holds a metal rod and points it toward the bear, warning him not to try to act smart. During practicing baseball, the ball is thrown toward another guy who is sitting on the ground. The guy smartly catches the ball in his legs. The ice skater begins to slip on the snow, but instead of panicking, he adjusts to skate smoothly and gets applause from his friends. The car driver mistakenly drives on the opposite side of the road while another person in the car warns him to stop the vehicle. This girl had no idea what she was doing. She picks up the tools and throws them on the wall, thinking she will reach the target, but failed to do so. A wild elephant notices a car behind the bushes and becomes furious. The driver reverses his car fully while the elephant follows him. A motorbike enters the garage, breaking the walls, while the guy walking in the garage is unharmed. The ice skater skips an accident when a camera falls from nowhere. The family was shocked when the walls of their house broke and a bike rider entered their home. The man was cutting the tree from the top when it suddenly broke and fell and dragged the guy with it down. The guy riding in a car knew that the road was blocked by two huge vehicles, but still tried to make his way from a crowded place. Driving is not about speeding up. You need to give other ways, and this black car driver proved it at a perfect time and avoided the accident. This bike rider slowed down at the perfect time, and it helped him save himself. The two cars knocked into each other and were pushed opposite ways where people were walking by. The girls just noticed the accident and quickly moved backward. The guy at the gym was shocked when he held a lot of weight in his hands and the chair almost collided. The guy in the back row took off the cap of the guy standing in front and threw it on the ground. Insane! Well, of course the military guys are well trained, but this guy lost his breath, realizing he survived a bullet shot. The man, busy on his cell phone, had no idea what had happened. He quickly got up from his chair, realizing the earth under his feet had broken down. But in perfect time, he made a huge jump, which helped him to land in a safe place. Disabilities can't stop you from becoming a great baseball player. The bar guy throws a saucer toward a client and goes right under the tin. A guy in the bar is amazed when a striking light flashes over his drink. I mean, can someone be so accurate? This basket went straight where it belonged. Adventure is good, but only brave people get to enjoy it. Roger Federer, you beauty, can you strike the ball and manage not to hit the net like he did? The cute little kid throws the paper with a sketch, which flies back into the hands of the man standing in the back. It sure looked like a magical move. A perfect timing when a whale and a surfer jumped into the air at the same time. Looks like a gymnastic technique to me. This dog jumped out of the two congested metal bars without pausing in such a smooth way that it seemed so unreal. This brave guy didn't hesitate, moved even the last stone, and managed to bring the entire structure to the ground. Now this is called skills. Hands are busy, so get your feet to use. This rider is no less than a circus expert who can make any move he wills to. This is one of the most daring moves one has seen. The baseball player tries to catch the ball, but unfortunately the door opens and he falls inside it. Have you ever seen a bridge that is so low that even your head touches it? Well, here's one in Spain. It feels like a truck hit a woman walking on the road for a moment, but it was just an illusion. The pair were riding separate boats when they saw a fish jumping out of the river and falling on the opposite side. Two cement poles were seen falling and crashing into each other simultaneously. A paraglider lands right above the shark. A girl shocked her lover by proposing to her, but her lover also brought out a ring showing that she was planning to propose. A brave glider jumps off a huge cliff to fly above the water. This was one of the smoothest landings ever, even though it seemed like the plane would crash at some point. Despite it looks like a silly move, this car driver managed to avoid any accident. Well, it seemed like he was in a hurry. Two surfers came face to face, but one of them cleverly grabbed the other guy's surfing board and kept surfing. Later, he got off his surfing board and climbed on the other without slipping. He kept enjoying his ride. During the bike race, the rider was about to fall off his bike, but quickly came off his bike and reduced the bike speed by pushing his legs on the ground. This nifty guy finds out about a situation and quickly puts his leg in front of the guy, who falls, making the job easy for the police. The naughty athlete pulls the kid's hair while the other kid tells her who did it, but the little kid refuses to accept that the athlete could do it. The rider notices that a truck door was open. He closes the door and also locks it. Good job! This car driver was ideally reversing the car. He kept going back until he reached the place. People don't catch the fish this way anymore, but this guy seems to have some excellent skills. We all know how to skip the rope, but can you skip the rope like this guy? Now, this is the perfect time to move your body. Even Fast and Furious film creators didn't know how to park the car without driving. This is how you should. This is one of the most beautiful scenes of snowfall. You can't take your eyes off it. This beautiful fish has the power to flash lights from its eyes. Its body is so transparent that you can even see its heart. This guy can use a hula hoop while not standing straight. The two guys slept simultaneously and hit their heads on each other. Throwing the same amount of water with same velocity is pretty difficult, but these three men danced together and threw water from their mouths simultaneously. Craving for a cold drink? You need to learn this technique. It seems like these two robots are betting on each other and trying to show who has more diverse functions. Feeling bored? These guys began throwing snowballs at the people on the opposite side to kill time. This is one of the most beautiful ways to fill a space with water. This is an extraordinary mirror that hides a person when standing behind it. Even dogs can do boxing. This dog seems to be highly impressed by Sylvester Stallone. We don't need humans to divide cards among the contenders because a machine can correctly divide these cards. Scared of skating in the dark? Skates and sticks are available with lights that will help make your adventure more fun. A smart fish holds a fish hook but learns that this is a trap, so it quickly moves away, throws the fish hook out of the water, and manages to escape. This beautiful car helps me remember the animated movie, The Red Car. One of the most beautiful artworks is done on a wall where the artist uses a hammer to make cuts in a wall and creates an attractive sketch on the wall. A carpet cleaner machine needs a lot of strength to hold it. This woman is trying her best. A sheep and 3 Cossacks chased the guy. It seemed like a marathon going on. Airplane and snowfall doesn't go along well. One of the fastest ways to complete your job is to get the best tool. This tool proves to be the best. This fish has the power to chop the metal down. An incredible throw. The best cement material can take anything down smoothly. This seems like an emergency where everyone runs perfectly down the mountain. Like father, like son. These 2 girls notice a giant whale besides them and panic. These models seem to be enjoying the fashion show. This basketball player beats everyone coming his way and manages to make the point too. This was the perfect timing of the hand gesture and the car going on the same side. While the athletes are enjoying football, the water suddenly breaks out in the ground. This is a one-man technique working on an entire wall. A beautiful and unique car was seen on the road. It seemed like it came out of the movies. In countries with cold temperatures, it freezes even if boiling water is thrown into the air. The hairy worms show perfect timing to move together. The pitcher moved out of the way in perfect time and saved himself from a ball hit. Women have the best sense, and this clip proves it. The world moves according to the law. If there were no rules and regulations, people would be moving in the wrong direction. This clip proves how these road laws ideally help humans do their jobs at the right time. While this guy was talking, his hand movements also changed the tablet's rotation. It was a coincidence that a firecracker was seen at the back when this guy clapped with the other guy. In the past, people used elevators without doors. It is also used in the present. Dogs are the best athletes, whether playing with balls or racing on the ground with their owners. They always entertain themselves. It is impressive to see how the ball rotates above the basket and falls inside it. Cats can't take it. Whether a bird is sitting in front of them or on the television, they always do their best to get their hands on it. Cutting tall trees is one of the most challenging jobs, but the tree cutters cut it so that it can stand straight even after falling off the tree. The game between humans and cats proves that cats are much more athletes. What say? A pigeon got hypnotized and couldn't move while others were moving around well. The correct speed of the ball can even help it fly above the water and then move smoothly towards its target point. This amazing artist drew Mona Lisa shooting nails on an empty page. No matter how strong you are, mind games can make you lose. The clever crow found garbage on the floor and began to throw it in the bin. Parking a car is one of the most challenging jobs, especially if the place is congested, but it's all fun for some. Snooker is about skills, but also luck. The woman accidentally throws the bowling ball in the opposite row, but it returns to where it began. The crane suddenly throws a lot of water on the car, ultimately damaging it. A unique snooker table was seen that keeps moving, but the balls on it stay in their places. The racing car driver drives on two wheels with expertise and avoids hitting the sidewalls. A steel pipe was seen stuck on a rock moving in motion from both sides. The pizza accidentally slips from the woman's hands, but the man walking beside her catches the pizza. A huge ship, resembling a plane, seems like it's flying above the sea. The spiderweb proves how to create a secure home. Two planes were seen flying side by side. The ice hockey athlete manages to throw the ball from far into the net and wins a prize. A video clip was recorded where a box was seen flying in the air, and later it went into the dustbin. The military troops are trained to walk in the same motion. A massive smoke was recorded at a gas station that gradually covered the entire area. The naughty dolphin sees a woman walking and throws the ball, hitting her head. This guy began rotating his body on the icy floor, shocking everyone. Drawing circles with a pencil is usual, but what if your teacher draws these circles just by pointing his fingers in a circular motion without touching the board? The teacher spreads her arm and draws a perfect circle on the board. A clip records heavy waves taking the ship to certain heights and bringing it down gradually. The guy strokes the Pepsi bottle on the ground, which suddenly blows in the air because of the gas in it. The snooker player was left in shock when the ball didn't go in the pocket. It jumped up the sides of the table and fell into the middle pocket. Amazing planks! Strange snow-covered area. The delivery boy takes pictures of the delivery of the package, but as soon as he leaves, the door carpet corners rise in the air and the package goes inside it. The athlete shows some beautiful techniques for climbing the sheet and then coming down conveniently. The reporter was reporting news when suddenly two cars got into an accident. Later, one of them escapes from the scene. That is all for today. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, because your support is very good for us. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the channel.